So I have to say, in all of my days, I never had so much trouble as trying to upload that video for the full moon in Capricorn and Mars retrograde. That's why you're only seeing part of that movie. The internet went out. It took 3 days of fighting with the internet company to come out and figure out what was going on. I was pulled to channel on the crystal ball, waited to do that, and then now it's just like... So I'm fixing all these problems, but unfortunately, the rest of that is probably not going to load because I had to do the video on my phone, and now my phone, no matter what app I take off, no matter how many pictures I erase, just won't save the clip. It's got 100 megabytes on it, and it won't send past my phone. I hook it directly up to all of it. I mean, I'm having those kind of problems. So it was really good, but basically I'm going to tell you what it was about if I can. Totally. I need to make sure. Anyway, basically for the masculines at this point, because we've gone through this, at the beginning of the year, it was kind of the same vibe that was happening, and we all had to come together, and we're making our plans and trying to change our lives and doing these things, and some of it didn't work. We mixed with some of the wrong people. We, like the divine masculines, especially as far as their relationships. Certain ones have been called for, being messengers for God, for being guiders and protectors, and it's time to stop wasting your time with people who are not where you are. And if everybody doesn't get it, we are at a time where we just don't have any time. Stop with all that. Stop with the way that you've been handling yourself in relationships and the type of people. Start getting into your peer group. It's like elevate yourself as far as where your women are concerned. Start going for a more spiritual person, one who can partner with you in such a way. Stop wasting your gift, which is your voice, on these women as far as arguing or persuading, or just stop, because they're thwarting you from your overall life path. And I think a few of you have these type of women that have entered into your lives, and I think that's where you need to start pointing your attentions to. That is, if you have to have a woman. If you're going to do that. Because with the males reading, such heavy, even though this is Mars retrograde, which is very masculine, it's like daddy let him have it. Daddy let the goddess have it. The Empress came up, the Queen of Wands. It was basically for the divine masculines that they needed. If the female was the way to get your attention, then there's a female out there that's getting your attention. She's a goddess. She's highly divine. She's gifted and in place to help you get in place. So hopefully you grab onto her and kind of just ditch the heavy anchor that you guys have been hanging on to. Think about where you're at right now in the past 6 months and how you got there. Fix what happened. Fix how you're gonna get through the next 6 months. And but it starts there. It really does start there. It was just like, look at yourself in the mirror and finally admit it to yourself. You know what your life path is. Stop dodging it, and stop dodging it for these chicks that just keep you off of it. And I've been there. I have so been there. I've ignored my path. I've done all of it. But until you get on that path, your life's going to just keep on going down where it needs to go. And then for the divine feminines, it's almost in reverse as far as stop being afraid of letting your heart open up. You've been hurt. You're losing a lot. Just really get out of that state of fear in your mind, this thing that you are creating. You may be thinking a little too much about money, even though we all need money to live, and that's great. But again, you went down the path that because you needed money and because of the situations with, your personal situations in your life, it's kind of the same situation. But it is encouraging you to not be shut down where the divine masculines may be kind of wide open, but to the wrong thing. Don't be just completely shut down, and that's what's going on with the feminines right now, is that we are just completely shut down. Not that we're not letting guys in and out of our life. I mean, all of us need a little loving, a little, male time, but we're just not letting our hearts open up. We're just, like, store is closed. And so, because, where the men's gift were their voice, like the divine masculines I was speaking of, for the women, it's their third eye, it's their sight, it's that's where your gift is, and need to start utilizing that for your life path and get on board. So it was really weird when I did the reading, because it did end up splitting off into the two. And again, so the mirrored thing, and I want to say not necessarily twin flame, but when you think about it and how they were mirroring each other, it probably wasn't, just an off way. But because I've had something recently happen to me that messed me up big time and made me start realizing that the person that I considered to be my twin flame and was really represented pretty heavy as such, I don't think looks like it was a fake. And that was very hard to take. Almost, it made me sick. It made me sick because I believed it. But again, you think about where yourself is right now, because I ended up meeting somebody, and we're just friends, and I'm with that group that's just completely shut down. Where people doing some research for him, ended up pulling up a natal chart that looked like, and I'm 4 years older than he is, that looked like we were the same damn person. Almost 100% compatible elementally, with the quality, with passion. If our planets weren't, if something was just like a little off as far as our planets, and the other person's planets were doing the pull to make it be almost completely harmonious. Like, this person has been brought to me like my perfect match. Like, everything about us is just in sync with one another 100%. And it's like, wow. Out of the blue. Just boom. And it happened during when all of this was going on. So it's like, kind of like, I'm trying to figure out what that whole message is myself, and I just know that there's something going on for us feminines, okay? Really open your eyes and let somebody in. If I'd not let this person in and it was just on the fly, I never would have known that, and I have no idea what's going to happen with this. We could just become the best of friends, but here it is. It's kind of weird when from God and the goddess to you, and you see it in a way that wasn't just heartfelt like it did with my who I thought was my twin flame, but to actually see it as a fabric of the universe, kind of like how the tree feeds off, the water and the atmosphere. I mean, that's literally how compatible we are. Like, it functions just on a natural basis. I mean, take that chance. All I can tell you is take that chance. And I don't know. I mean, we'll be doing this channel, so we'll see what's up in the future for that. And I wish I could have done the crystal ball thing, because I was seeing faces and they were really wanting to speak. And part of the reason why I feel a little not so well is because I didn't get a chance to channel like that, because I was channeling something else. And that channeling really took it out of me, because I was hit with a wrecking ball as far as my perception of what was going on in my life and my love, and who I was really just solid about being my twin flame, but we'll see. I'm still recovering. Still heartbroken. Ended up with doing major overhaul in my life after I met this person, just because of the compatibility. But at the same time, I really wasn't doing myself any service with some of the people that I've let in my life. What do I call friendships? And I, believing I was really in control, when the truth is that I wasn't. They were. It was all about anything that they could get, and they weren't, just not there for me the way they needed to be. And so I did an overhaul and a sweep, and I had a couple days of negativity on Facebook and whatever, freaking people out, because I'm usually, the ball of sunshine everybody depends on. And I was pissed. I was pissed all the way around. I was just pissed. I mean, I ran scared from this information that I received. I mean, even through channeling. I mean, I was channeling this person like I'd never channeled anybody before in my life, like in my own head. And it scared me. And then when doing this further research, I was like, okay, I'm going to put this we're going to do this natal chart thing. And to see what came about, I had never seen it before. I've done natal charts for just, not that I'm this big astrologist. I'm not. You do your app thing that was recommended and seems to be pretty accurate. And that was tough. It was tough to see. Most girls would be like, and it's like great, but it was tough to see. Because I hate being in this place right now meeting this person. And I'm sure he feels the same way because he's going through some of the similar things. Maybe he doesn't. I don't even know if he really thinks about it that way. And that's okay, because when I freaked out, it didn't sway him. It did not sway him. So, yay. He's still my friend. Just got back from being over there this evening. So, yeah, I need him to be my friend. I did do like a mass confession to a few of my close friends who were like, because of the negativity and the things that I were posting, and it was bad. A confession of sorts of like, okay, this is why. This is really why. I mean, yes, I'm heartbroken about my marriage and everything like that, but this is really why all this went down. And then kind of reaching out to him saying, I really do need you to stay as my friend. I need you in that aspect. Don't freak out on me. Don't, because this is something I think we need to explore. But because of the condition that we are both in at this time, the only way it can come about is starting as friends. And maybe that's the way it is. And I get that from a lot of people who have been married forever, that's the key, is you start there and you build. And who knows? I don't know. We're just starting to get to know this. I mean, this person came into my life 5 days ago. So strange. So I'm beside myself. Siobhan's beside herself. Anyway, I wanted to kind of give you guys just a recap. If I couldn't give you the video, so frustrating. Definitely looking into different software to do this. So frustrating. And part of me is being held back and stopped, and I know that, and I've had to kind of, sage and because I feel like this is what I need to be doing and should be doing, and the fact that I'm being thwarted tells me even more that this is what I'm supposed to be doing. So, and I know it's been a slow build, and it's going to be, and I'm going to keep pushing, I'm going to keep going, but this is going to happen. So, you guys have a great night. I might have some more coming up. I'm getting tired of promising as every time something strange goes on, but hang tough, you guys, and especially the weird energy with Mars retrograde. It's tough. It's really tough, especially on us fire signs. So this is our time, though. This is your time. Take that final push from Mars to get it right. So if you got these new things coming in your life, let go, shed some of that weight. Divine males, divine females, shed the anchor, shed the weight. Think again how you can go back on your path. You have a little bit of time. You have until August before Mars is out of retrograde, and really think about where you're heading and where you want to go, and is this putting you on your life path? Because that's what's important, you guys. I can't say it enough, and I don't know why, and I take that back, because there are a ton of clairvoyants and readers, and they're really are trying to explain to everybody, we are running out of time. This final push for this new wave of living and the way of believing, spirituality, God, Goddess, I mean, the whole fabric of the universe is really happening soon. And so get on that life path. Get on there, so that when it happens, you're already ahead of where everybody else is. And that's why you're being led, because you're going to be a person that's going to help others get to where you are. Because a lot of people don't live like we do, but this is the new way. This is the way. This has always been the way. We're the group correcting it. We're the group that's going to be involved in the future of our kind. So get on board, guys. All right, Siobhan, I'll talk to you later. Bye.